So, speaking of where you're going to find the information, I want to introduce you to the legal protection plan available to you. So through Conestoga Students Incorporated, so we call them CSI, you'll hear that a lot, there's a legal protection plan available to you if you choose not to opt out. So when it comes to tuition and fees, there's going to be a number of different services that you can actually opt out of, so you pay less. But I really encourage you not to opt out of the legal protection plan because it has been helpful for so many students. So with the legal protection plan, there are two things available to you. One is a toll-free legal assistance helpline. So you're just one call away to legal assistance, and they can advise you in regards to housing and many other different areas. The other option that is provided for you is that a lawyer will take charge of any proceedings related to the following areas. So housing, employment, or academic areas. So if you need to appear in court, those types of things, a lawyer would be made available to you for a certain amount of time through this legal protection plan. So more can be said about this plan, of course, and all the specific details about it are available on the CSI website, which you are able to find through our Conestoga International Office website. So definitely check that out. Another option that's available to you, which is available to everybody in the community, is exactly where our amazing guest speaker has come from today, which is the Waterloo Region Community Legal Service. And I'll let Giordano talk a bit about what you do and what you provide.
Yeah, so we're one of about 70 community legal clinics in the province, funded through Legal Aid Ontario. There's one in pretty well every single community across the province. So here in Kitchener-Waterloo area, the Waterloo region is our office. There's one in Guelph, there's one in Stratford, there's one in Brantford, one that covers every region of the province. Sometimes more, like Toronto has a number of clinics and they just cover certain parts of Toronto. We're a free legal service for low-income individuals and families. Oftentimes this includes students, because a lot of times students aren't working, they're just getting, OSAP, student loans, those types of things. So we should be able to assist you in some way. We don't take on every single case that comes through our door, but if you call us and you're asking about a question for a particular area of law that we do cover, we'll certainly provide you, at the very least, legal advice about your situation. If it's a serious matter, we can certainly arrange legal assistance for you as well. And we deal with areas around housing like landlord and tenant disputes, social assistance, employment law, consumer protection, and immigration as well.
It's amazing. Yeah. They do a lot for our community, so we're so grateful for them. And do you have anything else to say about your area? Awesome. So we'll move on to just our top tips. So things that we really want you to be aware of, and if you forget everything here, as long as you know where to find it, it's okay. But here are just top takeaways. So the first one is to be well informed, learn about your rights and responsibilities, watch webinars like this, go on our YouTube page where you can listen to more information about this. Knowledge is power, so definitely be well informed. Second is ask if you're not sure. Don't assume. Don't assume that one thing means something else. And especially if you're reading the Residential Tenancies Act just straight on, it can be really difficult. There are great websites that help kind of do it, like Clio. There's amazing ones, settlement.org.
One of my favorites is stepstojustice.ca. It goes through a variety of different areas of law and kind of like step-by-step breakdowns and what you can do in those situations. And they put it in plain language so it's easier for you to understand. If they take out all of the legalese, or whatever you want to call it, and it kind of breaks it down for you in much simpler terms.
Yeah, if you need any of these links, of course, let us know. And this goes on great to our next point, which is to use the resources available to you, so those websites as well as us. And one last note is that looking for accommodations just takes time. If you've been listening to our other webinars, you know, and we have chatted with you about it before, is that it's not a process that takes 2 days and you find a really great unit and you never have any problems. No, it really does take time to find that unit, to find a landlord who will sign a lease with you that, makes you feel protected. It takes time to understand your lease. It takes time to understand your rights. So make sure you budget ahead of time. And if you're sitting here right now and you think, oh, you know what, I haven't booked accommodation for my time at Conestoga and I start in January, well, there's no time better than the present to really get moving. And if you have any questions about it, we would be more than happy to assist you. And I think that's it for our top tips. Do you have any tips for these students before they get here that we haven't said already?
That we haven't said. I think we covered pretty well the
Yeah,
important parts anyways. Like Janelle said, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So certainly just do your research. Be a little proactive as well on there. One thing I will say, there is a lot of construction going around the Waterloo region of new buildings. If the most prominent feature of the building you're trying to rent out is a crane, you might want to consider not renting out that place. There's been a number of issues over the years of buildings not being finished and students not being able to move into their apartments. So just a word of caution, be wary if you are renting out a building that's still under construction.
Yeah, you want to make sure that any unit that you rent will be ready for you when you arrive. Because, as we mentioned before, the college will be closed over the holiday period between December 20th and January 2nd. So if you're arriving between those times, please don't come to the college. Go to the accommodation that you've secured ahead of time, correct? And if you booked a temporary accommodation, you would go directly there prior to your long-term accommodation. I just want to say that we are so excited to be welcoming you to the college. You are coming to a diverse school, a diverse community full of just great people from all over the world. And the international office is here to support you. Myself as a transition coordinator and the rest of our team are here to support you too in your adjustment, especially in the area of housing and any other transition points. So we look forward to seeing you. And I want to point you, of course, always to our very handy dandy website. If you Google Conestoga International, you'll get our website as the first option, and you'll be able to see all the different supports that we have, and especially around the area of housing. And you can see all the different links we provide, a number of different areas that you might find very helpful. And in addition to that, you can always contact us via email, internationaltransition@conestogac.on.ca, and we'd be happy to answer your specific question there as well if you didn't get the answer here today.